my list, I'm trying. Are you friends with her? Oh my God.
What advice do you give to others?
My advice is don't be afraid to get help. Once you realize you're in an abusive relationship, get help. Don't keep enduring it.
Did you ever think about hotlines or shelters?
I honestly didn't, because I never thought I would be in this situation before. So why would I? But my friend showed me this hotline, and that's how I got help. So I want to spread awareness so others can get help.
October is the month of awareness for domestic violence. Wearing purple clothing or ribbons on October 20th is to support this cause. Domestic violence survivors who leave an abuser often have little more than clothes on their backs.
Maggie Royer, Women's Advocates. So Women's Advocates is a women's shelter for women and their children escaping domestic violence. We've been around since about 1974, and we have about 50 women at the shelter at a time with their children. So the main forms are sexual violence. So that would be things like rape, sexual assault. People might use drugs or alcohol to facilitate sexual assault. There's physical violence, so for example, hitting someone, kicking them, punching them, strangling them. There's emotional abuse, so things like trying to isolate someone and not letting them spend time with their friends or family. You might constantly verbally abuse them or criticize them, kind of just making them feel worthless. There's financial abuse, so that might be something like stealing someone's credit card or their debit card and preventing them from having their own source of income, or an abuser might show up at someone's workplace and prevent them from getting any work done, which means that they might end up getting fired. So those are kind of the main common forms of domestic violence. I would say that I know it's very confusing, and I mean, it's very painful and difficult, and I think that a lot of victims of domestic violence feel a lot of shame for being in an abusive relationship or being abused.
Agreed.
But I think it's really important that anyone in that situation knows that it's not their fault, and abuse is not healthy, and it's not a sign of love. And it's just important to know that people in that situation shouldn't blame themselves. I know that's easier said than done. But I think that's the biggest piece of advice, as well as if you think you're in an abusive relationship, telling someone that you trust, so a friend or an adult, I think that would be the best step, and then they can hopefully get you help from there.
Domestic violence penalties include fines, jail, protective orders, termination of parental rights. The number of women in the United States who experience physical violence by an intimate partner every year is 1,509. Worldwide, men who are exposed to domestic violence as children are 3 to 4 times more likely to perpetrate intimate partner violence as adults than men who did not experience domestic violence as children.
Oh, so now you're home? Get over here.
Why does it matter?
Where were you?
Don't worry about it.
What do you mean don't worry about it? I think it's funny how you think you can just go out all the time and not say anything.
I was with my friends today.
With who?
Don't worry about
With
it.
who?
Don't worry about it.
Get out of my house.